All right, welcome. We're about to take a deep dive into the actual science of getting things done. Together, we're going to build a playbook to help you go from just thinking about your goals to actually, finally achieving them.
You know that feeling, right? That frustrating gap where you've got this brilliant idea, maybe a flash of motivation, but then the follow-through just seems to fizzle out. Look, this isn't some kind of character flaw. It's a process in your brain, and today we're going to learn how to master it.
So let's frame this whole struggle. At any given moment, we can really be one of two people, the thinker or the doer. Understanding the difference between them, well, that's the very first step to bridging that gap for good.
So, on one hand, you've got the thinker. They get that awesome spark of curiosity, but they get bogged down in planning, hesitating, just thinking. The doer, on the other hand, has a system. They know how to turn that spark into real, disciplined action. And the bridge between them? It's not just willpower. It's a single, incredibly powerful molecule in your brain. So what is this powerful molecule? We're talking about dopamine. And you know what? It's probably not what you think it is. This is the secret weapon for turning your thoughts into actions. Okay, this is a huge one. We've all been told that dopamine is the pleasure chemical, the reward we get when we finally achieve something. But the neuroscience shows that's not really the story. It's actually the chemical that drives us to want things, to pursue them, to go after things we don't have yet. It's the engine, not the finish line. And that right there is the key to sustainable drive. If you attach all your satisfaction to that one single moment of victory, you are setting yourself up for a massive crash. The real secret is to learn to love the process, to enjoy the friction and the effort of the pursuit itself. Think of it like this. After a big success, you get this huge peak of dopamine. But afterward, your baseline level of dopamine temporarily drops below where it started. That dip, that low feeling, that's experienced as a lack of motivation, that feeling of, I just don't want to do anything. That, right there, is the biological root of procrastination. So if procrastination is a biological state, that's actually great news. It means we can use biology to fight back. So let's get into the practical tools we can use to conquer that internal resistance. Now, the typical answer is, just wait for motivation to strike or do an easy task. They're just too slow, and frankly, they're not very effective. We need a way to reset the system and rebound out of that low-energy state, and we need to do it fast. And here is the totally counterintuitive solution. Instead of looking for something easy to do, you do something that's briefly difficult, something uncomfortable, like taking a cold shower. This controlled shock forces your brain to reset its dopamine levels, giving you this powerful rebound effect that you can then channel directly into your work. So this breaks down into a really clear, actionable protocol you can use anytime. First, you just have to recognize it. Say to yourself, okay, I'm in that low motivation trough. Second, pick a safe but uncomfortable activity. And third, the moment you feel that rebound kick in, you immediately ride that wave of renewed motivation right into the task you were avoiding. Here's another amazing tool for you. Your brain will try to talk you out of taking action in about 5 seconds. That's all it takes. So by counting down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then physically moving, you literally interrupt that pattern of hesitation. You activate the action-oriented part of your brain, and you launch yourself before that self-doubt even has a chance to take hold. So for the long-term game, the most crucial thing is to look at your why. See, once you achieve a personal goal, like making a certain amount of money, that initial drive can just completely vanish. It leads to self-sabotage. The solution is to connect your work to a mission that's bigger than yourself, one that serves others. That kind of purpose is a near infinite well of motivation. So now that we've got a handle on our motivation, we can start to aim for the absolute pinnacle of human performance, the flow state. I know you know this feeling. It's when time just seems to disappear. You're completely absorbed in what you're doing, and your performance just goes through the roof. This isn't some random thing that just happens. It's a state we can actually learn to create intentionally. Achieving flow is all about a delicate balance. If the task is too easy for your skill level, you're going to get bored. If it's way too hard, you're just going to feel anxious. Flow happens in that perfect channel, that sweet spot, where the challenge is just slightly beyond your current skill level, forcing you to give it your full attention. So here's your guide. First, have one, and only one clear objective. Second, create a fortress of solitude. No phone, notifications, nothing. Third, use a few deep breaths to just calm your nervous system. And finally, and this is a big one, Just let go of the end result. Immerse yourself completely in the process.
Okay, understanding these concepts is one thing, but actually living them is something else entirely. So let's assemble all these tools into a science-backed daily system for consistent day in, day out peak performance.
Your morning routine is absolutely critical. It sets the trajectory for your entire day. First thing, get at least 10 minutes of direct sunlight, preferably within an hour of waking up. This isn't just about waking up, it actually sets your body's master clock. Next, hydrate, but add a little pinch of salt or electrolytes. It restores what you lost overnight and it's key for brain function. And finally, we bring back that deliberate discomfort with a cold shower. This is your daily tool to get a sustained wave of dopamine and sharpen your motivation right from the start. During the day, your focus is your most valuable currency. You have to protect it fiercely using all the techniques we've talked about. Then, in the evening, you do your future self a huge favor. The goal here is to reduce what's called decision fatigue. Every tiny choice, what to wear, what to eat, drains your mental energy. By making those choices the night before, you wake up with a full tank, ready to tackle the work that really matters.
And finally, let's be clear, none of this works without proper rest. This part is non-negotiable. All the effort and learning you put in during the day gets consolidated while you sleep. That's when your brain actually rewires itself. To optimize this, manage your light exposure at night. That means minimizing bright overhead lights. It signals to your brain it's time to wind down. Sticking to a consistent sleep schedule is also vital. Ultimately, prioritizing deep rest is how you make sure that today's efforts become tomorrow's skills.
So we've covered the neuroscience of motivation, the tools to beat procrastination, and the system to achieve peak performance. The science is crystal clear. The playbook is now in your hands. So the only question left is, what truly meaningful challenge are you going to apply it to?